streaming through the internet, making sure everything's all right. Hello, everybody. Seems to be okay. Making sure that this is all right. A little out here. So, hey everyone, welcome. So, we are now starting once again another show. So, hey everyone, in the chat room already, tons of little people, of nice people, of great people, both men and women. Always nice to have all of you there. And hey everyone, welcome. This is the live tech show number 71. And I need to have a haircut. That's what I was telling myself while looking at my computer screen. This is live tech show number 71. And we are live Tuesday, April 4th, 2017. Welcome everybody. This is a show we have every Tuesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 1900 hours Universal Time. And basically, we, of course, talk about technology, answer your tech questions to the best of the knowledge, and, of course, have a lot of fun with great people watching and interacting in the chat room. There's a chat room. If you have a Gmail account, you can interact in the chat room with others. And there's a great bunch of people. And they are also of help. Sometimes somebody has a question and someone in the chat room can answer it before I do. So that's also pretty cool. So nice to see everybody here. If you're wondering where you send your questions, well, two parts. The way this is working, first part of the show, I answer the questions on the email. I've got a few today. Once again, helpwithyourcomputers@gmail.com. You can send me a question anytime. And of course, I will be sure to answer it in the next text show. And after we go through, if anybody has questions in the chat, then of course we answer the questions for the chat room. So hope everybody is going all right. Of course, you can help me with donations, and they are particularly important right now because there's the ad boycott on YouTube right now by a lot of big companies. And the amount of ads has dropped dramatically on YouTube videos. And to give you guys an idea, I have been, for the past 4 days, doing about 50% less money on YouTube than I was last week, just because of that. And actually, I have a forum where I'm at, where we are different YouTubers talking about this. And pretty much everybody's going crazy right now on YouTube. And so more than ever, I need your support. And of course, ideas are coming up right now of other things that I will do. For example, I will sometimes post a video saying, hey, you want to have an extra show, something different, something in a different day where I don't usually do shows. Then I'll ask, well, if I get a certain level of donations, hey, I'll do an extra show. If so for every channel that I'm doing. So very important. On Patreon, it's cool because patreon.com/radioandcomputers, you can actually just set up the amount you want to give every month. It's automatic, whatever amount, any amount helps. And basically, you become my boss. And we've got 9 patrons right now supporting me every month. And let's try to make that number grow. Of course, that is taken, every first day of the month, first or second of the month. So if you just want to give a little something and not care about it, Patreon is a great place. PayPal, if you just have a PayPal account, you want to give me something, you can send it to the Yahoo email you see here. Any amount is appreciated, and it's very, very important. And thank you, everybody. Like Bobby Burgess, for example, that is a regular contributor. Very nice. Thank you very much. Of course I did, Bobby. I check every day. So thank you very much, Bobby. Tim, regular contributor. So many of you out there, regular contributors. So hey, why not help me out if you can? And you know what? I'm calling out particularly the ones that have never donated and want to, give a little something. Why not, help the mascot? Some of that donation is going for cat food. So hey, you got some cat food thanks to some of these donations. So thanks everybody that have donated, and I don't want to annoy you too much with that for sure. And many I've had the honor of getting many donations, including the one from the radio channel last weekend, which was they were very generous also. So thanks everybody, and Paul wants to thank you also, even though he's not very descriptive, he's not very emotional. He really enjoys this also. And so nice to have everybody on board. Okay, let's start the show. So my name is Gilles, by the way. I'm located in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. And we are here to answer tech questions that I receive regularly. So there are many tech questions this week about the Creators Update. Creators Update is coming up this week, and next week. And some of the things that people want to know are in here in the Creators Update. So let's just do this. There we go. Cat is positioning himself on my belly. So nice to have everybody here. Okay, first questions that we've got are questions. I'll mention the first name of the three people that are asking questions of the Creators Update. Matthew, we have Philip, and we have Tran Yang. Sorry if I don't pronounce your name well. Don't worry, my name is also being beaten and battered when people don't know how to pronounce it. So questions about the Creators Update. Okay, first of all, I got one from and this one is not the first time. I've had a few comments also on the channel, so you're not the first one to ask me this. It says, I look at your videos and I can't find anything you're talking about when you're talking about Creators Update and stuff like that. And the thing is, it's because you need to be in the Insider program. This is something that insiders are getting right now, and that you will eventually, everybody will have what I'm talking about here. So that's the first thing that you need to know. Second, April 5th tomorrow, you can download manually the cumulative, the Creators Update. So tomorrow, April 5th, and I'll be posting videos on how to do this. It's the first day where anybody can basically install the Creators Update. And it's a manual install. So tomorrow, don't expect when you look at Windows Update, it's going to be there. It's not. They're giving us, anybody who wants to install it manually, they want to actually have you install it before tomorrow if possible. So if you feel like you want to try it, if you want to take the chances of doing it first, well, this is where you can get it tomorrow, and I'll be posting the videos as soon as they are available. Be showing you everybody how to download this. Another question, people are saying, so I'm going to get it on April 11th. That's a lot of people saying, so April 11th, I'm getting it. Okay, here goes. We're going to get this in waves. In waves, that means that April 11th, some people will have it in the Windows Update. A lot of you will not have it in the Windows Update. It's not going to be for everybody on April 11th. The way it works, Microsoft will look at the telemetry from your Windows 10 machine, and it will know if yes or no you are okay to install and have the least amount of problems possible that could arise from an install. So usually it goes by the most recent of the computers first. So if you bought a computer in the last 6 months, for example, you'll be really close to April 11th, if not on April 11th for the install, unless maybe you have some hardware that's still not compatible for some reason. And then it's going to go with older computers. So basically that's going to start April 11th. And also, talking about this, I'm about to do, maybe even tomorrow. There's a good chance tomorrow I'll post this. On this channel, I'll be posting how to uh, clean install, basically. So I will probably have that by tomorrow. We'll take one of my machines here and do a clean install of Windows 10. Show you how to, from the scratch, create your USB thumb drive, boot from your USB thumb drive, and then install Windows 10, really from scratch, and help you understand the different ways you can install it from scratch. And yes, Cool AM Radio, I know I need to do your voiceovers. I will really try to do it today. I will do it today. Later on, after I finish the shows today, I'll concentrate on your voiceovers, and hopefully you'll get them before midnight local time, Montreal. And sorry about that. It's like half of it is because I forget, and when I see you, I always remember. And so I did get your reminder on Twitter, so I'll try to do them before midnight tonight, and a good chance you'll get them tonight. I'll take the time to do it. Okay, what else do we have? Now, one of the questions I got is, well, why do you say to everybody to be patient? And basically, the reason I'm saying that you got to be patient is that, from anniversary update was kind of a wake-up call a little bit. A lot of you have pushed the upgrade following some of my videos, and a lot of you had problems when you pushed the upgrade. And what we did see is that the first few weeks, there was a higher number than usual of people having problems. A lot of them are the ones that pushed it. And basically, when you waited for it to arrive on your PC, those people had very little problems. So basically, you will, I'm now saying just wait. I'll take the risk. I'll install it everywhere. I'll install it on my main machine. I'll do the testing. You'll be able to see everything. And let me take the risk and, just wait for it to arrive. And I think that's the best that you can do. Just wait for it to arrive. So that's why I say be patient, just in case. And even though they've been testing it really, really well, you know what? A first wave of Creators Update that will come out for Windows 10, who knows? There could be some glitch that nobody found. And, you'll be happy to not have done it right away, basically. Other questions with Creators Update, Part 2. I get that a lot. People saying, hey, my PC runs Anniversary Update. It is of certain age. I'm not sure Creators Update will work on it. Yes, it will. It has the same basic requirements. From experience with my builds, because, I got Creators Update on this machine. I got Creators Update on the machine where I'm looking at the chat room right now. These are old machines, both of them are Core i3 machines that are at least 5 years old, and they work perfectly and flawlessly with Creators Update, and they haven't slowed down at all. I mean, from Anniversary Update to Creators Update, these machines are running pretty much the same. I don't see a slowdown at all, so it shouldn't slow down your machine. It should be pretty much the same. Will the Creators Update slow down my PC? No, it should not. And I think it's will I lose and not love all my programs and files? I didn't notice that it was love. So yes, you can love your programs and files, but if you lose your programs and files, no, you will not. You're not supposed to. But you know what? This is a big upgrade. This is really something that is a reinstall of Windows. Everybody back up the important stuff. I get all the time from people saying, "Oh, well, I'll lose my programs." I understand that it's a little a little sad to reinstall programs, but honestly, I don't really care. Even if I would lose my programs, just reinstall them, and that's it. The biggest problem with when I get that type of comment, "Will I lose my programs?" I'm pretty sure most of the time it's because the people that ask me that question are not telling me, but they have probably pirated versions of software. And they're like, "Oh, okay, well, I'll lose my pirated Photoshop or something." You know? I'm sorry, but I, um, I don't know. It's not supposed to really, happen, but just make sure that um, you back up the important stuff. For me, important stuff is now it's not the programs for me. Programs are not the important stuff I want to keep in case of a problem. It's really the mostly the fact of getting your pictures, family pictures, for example, things that you will not be able to find again. These are the important things. Maybe you work and you've got tons of documents that if you lose them, you just can't get them back. These are the things that are important to keep. And there's different ways of doing backups. Some people prefer to do, I use in Windows 10 you already have a great tool, which is file history, that works really well, and that I love using to basically do my backups, and it does it very well. All you need is an external USB drive or a USB thumb drive, a USB hard drive, and it works fantastically well. The other thing is, some people like to do images. Images, meaning that they basically make a backup image of the whole system, meaning that if something happens, they can just reinstall that image and it's exactly the same as it was when you did it the first time. The thing is about an image is it's cool to have a working system by reinstalling, your programs are there, things like that are there. The only problem with an image backup or a full image backup is that it's not practical for, a day-to-day backup, for example. File history is great for that. So just make sure that you take it easy and basically, make sure you back up. Even if, for me, a backup is not just because of these moments. Because a lot of people say, "Oh, yeah, well, I got to back up because of that." No, you got to back up anyways. Backing up is an important part of having a PC. You will lose your pictures if you don't back up, if your hard drive fails. PCs are not something that works all the time and, who cares? It's something that you can one day press that power button and it's going to say, "Hey, can't find the boot drive anymore." Oh, you're in trouble there. It might be that the hard drive failed. These are things that you got to remember. It's very, very important. So a backup is not just for this, for Creators Update. It's for just making sure you don't lose stuff. Okay, iPhone and iPad questions, and these are coming to us from Frank. And the questions are, iPhone 6 still working, but you have a power button that's broken. That is such a common problem of iPhones, I can tell you that. My power button on my iPhone 5 broke. A friend of mine had an iPhone 4, had the power button broke. And many people that I've seen with iPhone 6s had to get their power button fixed. It seems to be a way too big of a problem that I think Apple should really make sure it doesn't happen, because it's way too big of a problem. Now, the question you're asking, is there a way to restart my phone without power button? Yes, you can. When you go into your settings, in the advanced settings, there's a place where you can reset some parameters. Now, one of them is reset your network settings. Now, it's a pain in the butt. You'll have to re-enter the password for your Wi-Fi. But if you do that, that's the trick I used a long time on my iPhone 5 when it went berserk, it didn't work well, needed to restart. You go to your settings, and the reset options, you go into reset network options. This restarts your phone. So that means that if you reset using these options, you are restarting your phone without the use of the power button. But one of the things that I need to know is power button can be fixed on all iPhones for very cheap. In general, anywhere from $30 to $50, you will have a fixed power button. So you should check that out. There's a lot of companies out there, third-party companies that actually repair these. You just have it repaired. It's not very expensive. Here in Montreal, there's a place that repairs them for, I believe it's 35 or 40 Canadian dollars for the power button. And they even have a little kit in the store there that if you want to do it yourself, it's going to cost you only $20. And you've got the power button, the parts, and even the tools. But of course, if you don't know what you're doing, you're better to get it fixed by somebody who knows what he's doing. And like I said, my iPhone 5 suffered the same problem. I had that issue on my iPhone 5. So you know what? It's a very common issue on iPhones and iPads, unfortunately. And these are things that you can really have fixed. And remember, just going into the options, into reset, you can reset network parameters. That will restart your phone. And like I said, the only thing, you'll have to re-enter your Wi-Fi password if you do so. But it does restart your phone if you have a problem and your power button doesn't work well. And that works for every iPhone, by the way. iPhone, 4, 5, 6, 6S, 7, and so on. Okay, Android taking over the world, and this comes from Robert. Robert says, okay, the question, it's not super clear for a lot of people. The fact that an iPhone, an Android phone, an Android tablet, an iPad, or pretty much every device, even this TV, has an operating system. We have to go to the basics, because a question asked here by Robert is Android an operating system like on a PC? He says he's a little mixed up with the understanding of operating system. An operating system is simply a piece of software that operates a device. As simple as that. In your PC, you've got Windows. That's the operating system that operates your device and creates ways of you to actually input. Sorry, I got cat hair. So it is an operating system. Your Android phone, your Android tablet, your iPhone, your iPad, they have an operating system. On Apple side, it's iOS. It's an operating system. It's the same thing as a, yes, Patrick, a furball. I'm going to cough up a furball. Sorry, I'm distracted by the chat room here. So anyways, an operating system is there to operate a device and give you a means of having an input. This TV has an operating system. A Samsung Smart TV has an operating system. Anything that has a screen that you do things, that you can interact with, there's some operating system in there. Very simple as that. So yes, it's the same thing. It's a different type of operating system. It is made for different devices. It is also programmed for different CPUs, different processors, but they're all there to operate a device and have an interaction with you on the outside world. Why new versions of Android are arriving soon when Nougat still on 3% of devices only. The thing is Google wants, if in a real perfect cool world, Google would of course, push their operating system on everything as soon as it's out. And like iPhones, 90% of people would be on that new operating system after 6 months. The problem is that Android, the way that Android is working, it's not as interesting in the way that it's pushed out. The carriers are in the way. The carriers are actually the number one tech support. So what happens is that basically is the carrier is always the one blocking it. And when you don't get it on your device, it's because the carrier is not letting it go through. So, I got it only 2 weeks ago. I got a Nougat 2 weeks ago. And yet, it's been out for what, 8 months, 9 months now. So, it shows you that there's a real problem in the upgrade of, And of course, the question is valid. Why Google wants to push right away a new system when 3% of devices only have Nougat? Well, it's, we got to move on, and Google is in that way. We got to move on. If you have a Google phone, the Google phones are immediately updated every time. You will have the latest, and if Google had it its way. Also, there's one thing that makes it also a little slow. For example, on the Galaxy S7 Edge, what happened also is, that the Samsung got to test it out. So what happens is they got the version, they test it out, they make tweaks because it's, a little bit like Windows. There's, need for drivers and need for having it work correctly in their devices. So usually it comes out, the manufacturer, in this case Samsung, tests it out, does beta, and sends it to basically insiders of their phones. And then when everything seems okay, they start pushing it. That's where it's stopped at the carrier level. So your carrier is like, they wait, and because they don't want, to have a million calls tomorrow morning saying, hey, my phone updated for some reason and it's frozen, or it has this or does that, or I lost some apps, or I can't find my Facebook app anymore. You'll be surprised, but that's like the common questions. Update to Android 7, suddenly they get a flood of calls. I lost my Facebook. Okay, well, just go to the store and install it and check. No, that's not the way it works. Most people on their phones are like people on the PC without a clue of exactly where and how it works. So the carriers get a flood of calls, and that's also why they're waiting. They're waiting because they need to make sure that they have the resource and the knowledge, the people with knowledge to help all the people that will have that, because there's tons of calls. I was reading that here at Rogers in Canada, allowed the S7 Edge to have its update to Nougat on March 20th. And of course, I got it on that day. But apparently, the week following, March 20th, they had something like 60% more calls of everybody going crazy, saying, hey, I lost this or that, or I can't find my apps anymore. And it's not a problem. It's just they just don't, really know how to deal with it. So carriers are really, really in the way, and it's the major issue here. Carriers are blocking, and when they let it through, that's when you get it. And unfortunately, it's there's no really good way of going around that. You got to wait till your carrier. And finally, and for the 3%, well, the thing is, we still got to move on. Basically, they make a new version with new settings and things, stuff like that. They want to try to tweak battery life, and they just it's a little bit like Microsoft with Windows. They just want to update it to have the latest, have something new with new features as we go, from time to time, as every year, have the new features of the operating system. And finally, ask about an Android antivirus. Do I recommend antivirus? Because you say that you've read a lot about people getting viruses on Android, and is it true that it's more dangerous than iPhones? Look, every device has a possibility of getting a virus. An iPhone is no exception. People that think their iPhones are safe are ignorant in the security and how it works, because there are regularly flaws in the iPhone's iOS operating system that can be exploited. So basically, Android is a little more, it has a little more chances of getting viruses for two major reasons. One, the operating system of Android gives you the possibility to actually switch off getting apps from the store only. On the Apple side, you're in a jail. You're in the Apple jail, and basically you gotta just go through the App Store. The only way you can get an app, unless, of course, like some more advanced users will jailbreak their device. But it's a process that makes it very, very difficult for any virus to go through. And on Android, the thing is with Android is that there's a switch. We have a choice on Android, and I like Android for that. In Android, you have a switch where you can say, oh, I want to also install apps from outside the Google Play Store. That's something that's not possible on the iPhone. And that increases by a lot the chances of getting viruses. Thing is, if you stay in the Google Play Store, you're pretty safe. It's not a 100% process, you're pretty safe. If you just download from the Google Play Store, it's not too bad, and chances of a virus are a little or pretty small. The other second reason why Android is getting a little more attention with viruses is the fact that Android now is the dominating operating system. We've learned this week that technically Android is now bigger than Windows, meaning the number one operating system around the world right now is Android. And it was expected, because all of the devices that are running Android now, and tablets and phones and everything, the sheer number also heightens the risk. So basically, the thing is that the Windows operating system, if you think about it, is more dangerous technically than Mac OS, for the simple reason, because it was dominant, the bad guys concentrated on Windows to do bad stuff. Well, Android is getting this also. Android is also in the dominant operating system now. So the bad guys that want to do something to infect mobile will infect Android devices, because they're the most popular devices right now. But that's pretty much how it works. And so it's for antivirus. What I would recommend is what I do. Some people have antivirus. And it's really it's really up to you. Some people have a standard antivirus. You can have AVG free if you want. Someone in the chat room has Kaspersky. Pretty much every big company has an antivirus version for Android. What I do personally is I prefer to simply simply have Malwarebytes anti-malware in my phone. and it's more of a kind of a manual scan, instead of a real-time scan. But Malwarebytes works well, and it does the job that it needs to be doing. So Malwarebytes anti-malware, available free in the Google Play Store, and you just scan your device from time to time. And I'm more inclined in saying to do it now because I rarely download apps from outside the store, and I've been surprised to see that Malwarebytes has been telling me that even within the Google Play Store, there were some adware. 2 games that I downloaded, mostly more like obscure stuff that you're searching in the Google Play Store. One was a Super Mario clone, and it worked. The game worked, but when I installed it, and it did come from the Google Play Store, a free app from the Play Store, but Malwarebytes, when it scanned, said, hey, that Super Mario clone of yours has adware on it. So what do you want to do? You want me to remove that app? So it means that some apps are probably on the brink of the legal stuff in the Google Play Store. And that makes me think, okay, maybe not a full-fledged antivirus, because it does slow down devices. And if your Android phone is a little old, it's like an old PC. It will slow down your phone. But Malwarebytes, from time to time, is going to say, hey, I want to scan everything. It's manual. You got to update it. You got to do stuff. But I think it's a really, really good idea to have at least a little something to test out. I installed a AVG free, for example, and basically it worked fine. But I did find that AVG free was annoying because it scanned regularly, and when it scans, well, your phone becomes extremely slow. So I didn't really like the experience of AVG free. Malwarebytes is nice for that. It's like it's going to tell you, hey, I want to scan, but it's not going to do it unless you give it the permission. So, I think just to be on the safe side, Malwarebytes anti-malware on the Google Play Store is free. It keeps your phone safe and keeps you safe also. So another question, this one, I'm sorry, it kind of feels like a self-promotion a little bit, but it is an authentic question that comes to me from Stephen F. And Stephen says, okay, I've been watching some of your shows here and on the Windows Insider channel, but you always mention there's other shows that you do. What exactly are your live shows that you do? And what are the schedules? Okay, what I offer on my different YouTube channels is, first of all, here on the Windows channel, we got the live tech show, like now, where every Tuesdays, 3 p.m., we answer your questions. And, of course, it's here every Tuesdays. And on this channel, I also have From the Couch with my nephew, Gabriel. This one is on Thursdays, 4 p.m. Eastern, 2000 UTC. Now, I've got a radio channel that is for shortwave radio stuff. There, I have a shortwave radio show that is every week. It alternates Fridays and Saturdays. So this week, it's on Friday at 2000 hours UTC. That's 4 p.m. Eastern Time. So next week, it will be on Saturday because it alternates between Fridays and Saturdays. And finally, with my nephew Gabriel, we have a retro gaming show that we've started 3-4 weeks ago, and there we play old games from Ataris and Amiga 500s and old PC games. If everything goes well, PlayStation games probably this Thursday if it goes well. If it doesn't go well, probably Super Nintendo stuff. And that's on the Old Computer Museum channel, and it's written like this: Old Computer Museum is MUZM. And that's where you need to go for the retro gaming show. It's on Thursdays, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 23:30 Universal Time. So these are the shows that I offer right now. And soon to be added, both on the radio side and on this side, You guys love the shows that I do. I'm soon to announce that if I get certain levels of donations from viewers, at some point, I will add, after a certain level of donation, another show in the week. And probably what I was thinking is this channel, if we have, for example, enough donations, I could add a Wednesday show. Of what? I don't know, anything goes. Something like, a from the couch relaxed episode, or, anything like that. And on the radio channel, I'm also offering the same thing. If I get donations, enough donations from there also, well, adding another show also there. So that's where we'll add stuff. And so, depending on the donations I get, it's a way that I've been thinking of maybe getting a little more donations, because we are a little strapped for cash with the AdSense monetization. That's absolutely horrible with the YouTube ad boycott right now. What I seem to see is that in the United States, you guys don't see a lot of ads right now. And why not join Bobby Burgess, that you sent me a nice little donation. Patrick Manny, that just sent a very nice donation also. And what else do we have? We have Douglas Elliott that also sent a nice donation. So, why not join these fine, fantastic people in helping me out, and all the stuff that I do, hopefully. And thank you very much for the donations. It's so appreciated. You have no idea. And else we continue, really glad. So yeah, but there's not Patrick, are you kidding? No ads on YouTube. Yeah, but not as many as there were before, because the volume of there are the statistics. Okay, to give you guys an idea of the statistics, there's a boycott of ads right now on YouTube from many big companies. And so my AdSense statistics show me how many monetizable views. So my AdSense statistics actually tell me if you were able to view an ad on one of the videos I posted, it's counted as one. But if you were not able to, in any way, to have an ad or view an ad, it doesn't count in that counter. So to give you guys an idea, I have had a reduction of about 30 to 35% of monetizable views. That means there are 30 to 35% less ads, basically, during the views of my videos. And that happened and started last week, around March 26th, 27th. And I'm not alone, because on the forums I look through, everybody is kind of going crazy with that right now, because there's a really lower volume of ads. So of course you might see ads, but it's not going to be like it used to be. For me, it's not like it used to be. And it's not a question of views, because, for example, on this channel, the YouTube, the Windows channel I'm on here, in the past week, I actually have, thanks to my Creators Update videos, something like 20% more views on my channel. They really increased a lot. So there's 20% more views, but there's 30% less monetizable views. Doesn't add up. So, we're all going a little crazy here with that. And, it means that I'll have, to give you guys an idea, and I don't want to complain about it, but next month I will have the lowest monetization amount for the month of May that I've had in the past 4 years. Just to give you guys an idea. It's something. But, you guys are coming through, and I'm having a really, and I have all sorts of ideas of things that you guys are going to be able to, there's, merchandise that I'm thinking maybe, I don't like that idea that much, but maybe a special show for donators. stuff like that. I don't know. I'm not there yet. I kind of don't like the let's have something exclusive and leave behind people that don't give any amount of money, because I do understand that not everybody can give. And frankly, when I look here, I've been having donations for the past 8 months, at least 8 or 9 months now. And one of the things is that it's always the same people. So there's, like a small core of very generous viewers. It's pretty much always the same people. So, that's also why I always say, if you've never donated and you're following me all the time, why not think about it? And it doesn't need to be a big amount. If everybody viewing a video would give me $1, I wouldn't even talk about money, because it's like, there'd be no problem there. It's and $1 would be a very small fee for pretty much everybody. But we've got some really nice donators, and I want to thank everybody. Even $1 helps. You have no idea. Maybe some people are shy sometimes because they're like, well, I'm just going to give $1. Don't be. You have no idea how just $1 helps. So anyways, enough ranting about that. Okay. Hello to the chat room. Hey, everyone. And I'm actually zen. You know what? I'm zen because in the past few days, the radio channel donations have been really nice this weekend. You guys are nice here too. And, it's kind of relaxing me out a little bit. And, we'll go one day at a time, and we'll see how things flies, and what I can add as it's also a good exercise. The shortage, or the ad boycott right now is giving me also an idea of something interesting, is that it's giving me a little bit of pressure to have ideas of doing different things, to have multiple ways of monetizing, so that I don't rely as much on AdSense. And also, and you guys have been nice. I've received many different tools, videos, tips, all sorts of things to try to help me out, and it's really cool. So you guys are really, really fantastic. So hey everyone, Albert Zappa, hello there. Patrick Manny, hello there. Talking of Japanese cool girls, I got one ad. I remember seeing a banner that I haven't seen in a long time, but I remember one banner underneath my Windows videos that was always saying, meet Chinese women. And I was like, meet Chinese women? What is that doing on a Windows channel? You have no ads to display here, that's for sure. Meet Chinese women. So hello there. Let me just put the chat room a little bigger because I am blind. Abdel Bobo, hello there. Hi, nice to have you on board. Cooleyham Radio, I will have your voiceovers today. I promise. Tonight after the live shows, that's the first thing I'm doing, okay? Sheriff's House, hey there. Nice to have you on board. I mean, an old man. Yeah, almost, Grapple Pearls, nice to have you on board. And it seems that, okay, I'll send you my address by email. And it seems that a money order will work. So a check might not, but a money order apparently works. So I'll send you my full mailing address if you want to. Kirk Weber, hello there. Christine Bowman, hello there. Sean Robinson, hello there. Sheriff's House. What else do we have? Let me just go back into the chat. So Albert Zappa, Alex Tuttle, Peter Sargent, Tim Robinson. What do we have? With Patrick Manny, Bobby Burgess, blah, 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 David Walker. Hey there. Cool AM Radio, Andre. Nice to have you here, of course. Anybody I'm missing out, let me know. I just want to I'm going to say hi to everybody. Adam Guardado, hello there. Nice to have you here. And Kirk Weber and everybody. Wow, nice to have all of you on board. Pretty cool. Nice to see that we're pretty much every week now reaching the 40 live views level, which is pretty nice. Pretty nice. So, of course, today, yes, we will have the Windows Insider Hour on the Windows Insider channel at 6 p.m. today. That's 2200 UTC. So, if you like the Windows Insider Hour, if you like the Windows program, if you like the Insider program, if you want to learn more about, what insiders are doing and maybe learn a little more about the new stuff coming in Windows, well, that's the show for that. Hey, Josh K, nice to have you on board. I believe you are also a contributor to my live shows. Thank you very much. So, nice to have everybody here on this very rainy Tuesday. I was actually thinking before I started the show, I was listening to some music, and I noticed that, I don't know if it's because of the weather, but I was listening to like all that, the music that makes you sad. It's like, at some point I was like, man, I'm just listening to those songs that they're trying to make you cry or something. So nice to. Hey, don't worry, Tim. You've already been a nice contributor, so don't worry about it. I'm trying to concentrate a little more also on the people that have never donated. That maybe could do a little something for sure. The LG G6 is apparently a very, very, very nice phone. Yes, Alex. It has good scores, and it seems that it's really, really, really nice. Thanks, Aiden Guardado. Nice to have you. I think most people like the show. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Well, I think you'll have a great, great phone, Alex, with the LG G6. And it's really, really, really nice. So, very, very, very nice to have everybody on board. I'll answer quickly a question that I've got from Tommy that had a storm come through our of Tommy, our Viper boy, or Viper 78, unfortunately had a storm go through, and he says that his computer started flashing, but the computer was not on when it was off. And now it says that it says that it doesn't start up anymore. Good chances most of the time in a thunderstorm or a big storm, it's the power supply that broke. You've tried what was the first thing to try, because one of the things you need to know, if you have a desktop or a laptop even with their power supply, these power supplies often have some kind of protection. That if there's a problem with the AC current coming from your wall socket, it might actually trip and just stay into a state where it doesn't work anymore. And basically, you just unplug the power supply from the wall socket, and unplug and wait for at least a minute or two. Not just, unplug and plug it back into after 2 seconds. Unplug and wait at least a minute. Then plug it back in. I'd say that in a problem with thunderstorms, there's a 50-50 chance it's going to start again, and it's going to be okay. Now, in the other 50% where it doesn't work, one thing you need to know is that probably 70% chance your power supply is fried, but the computer's okay. So your question is, well, do you need a special power supply or anything? Just, you have a desktop, and I think from the pictures it's normal, form factor desktop. So that means all you need is a standard ATX power supply for a desktop computer. My recommendation, take at least 450 watts or up. Try not to, there's some 350 watts out there that are cheap. Try not to take those. They're kind of very limit to giving power. And you take a little like 450 watts, 500 watts. try to get something that's a little more, if you have the money, because there's power supplies come in very, very different levels. You've got the cheap ones, you've got mid-range, and you've got the higher end. You don't need a higher end necessarily, but don't get the cheapest one either, because the cheap ones tend to not always be fantastic. And the power supply is extremely important for your computer's stability. Having just one voltage in the power supply that's not right can actually make your computer blue screen regularly. It's something that you got to be careful. So buy something that is, not the cheapest one. 400 to 500 watts will be more than enough. 450 watts or more will be more than enough. And it's a standard. There are ATX power supplies for desktops. There's a standard. So it should fit your computer anyways. There's really nothing much to look at on in a power supply for PCs, except trying not to have the cheapest one. Hello there, Matt Radio DXer. Welcome to the show. What else do we have? Tim Robinson said, what's with the Defender update that has a problem today? Says error, try again. Can't quote the numbers on my Insider version. You're not alone, Tim. I've had a few people say the same thing. Let me just try it out here. I haven't checked it out. Let me just check it out here. I'll go to my update on the Insider machine here and see if there's an error. Check for updates. It should actually bring me a update here. And we'll see if it checks for updates and actually. Okay, Patrick says error finally clear and update definitions. So here, I've got a Windows update, a definition update for Windows Defender, which I was pretty sure I would get. We'll see if I get an error message here. Ripple Pro says it's the Russians. Oh, those Russians. Always messing with the computers. What else do we have here? Okay, that's interesting. Steve Martin says, how do you get Windows Spotlight into my lock screen? I can get all the pictures to show properly, but can never get the Windows Spotlight to work. Huh, that's interesting. So you can never get the Windows Spotlight to work. Well, it seems to have installed correctly here on mine. Yep, installed correctly without any issues here. So might be a glitch for some people. I would encourage anyone, by the way, that anyone, insiders of you guys that have had that issue, why not let them know? Let go to the feedback hub and check that out. I think it would be a good idea. Okay. What's the thing here? Preview. Windows Spotlight. Yeah. Okay. What do you see instead of? Because I pretty much see, on the lock screen, I pretty much see those pictures. So I'm wondering. So instead, you have a picture at least? If you can just answer me in a little more detail. Do you kind of see the pictures, or because I see what you're saying here, and let me just check if there's any other here. Itsy Boy, nice to have you on board. Albert Zappa, yes, yeah. You know what? I had one of those black Russians. That bad Russian is a story on its own. No, black Russians are actually tasty. Yes, they are. And yes, I did, Itsy Boy. Nice to have you on board. Carolis Masiulis, sorry, Windows 10. Nice to have you here. What else do we have here? Let me just check out here. One last thing about that question of yours, Steve. If I look here, just one last thing that I want to see about Spotlight. And those Spotlight. Okay, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Do you at least get some pictures from the Spotlight? That's what I want to know. Or if you're just not getting at all. At all. One of the things I hate is people that ask me to sub. I don't do that. I sub to people I feel I want to sub, but I don't sub to sub. I never do that. What else do we have here? Yeah, well, there's a lot of improvements in the Creators Update for the DPI settings and big screens. It displays really well in 50-inch TV, I can tell you that. Yeah, maybe there's different people. I'll look into it, and I look into it and see if there's a. Okay, but Spotlight are basically pictures that are from Microsoft themselves. It's not pictures that you choose. So I believe Spotlight is pictures that are sent to you by Microsoft. And that's why we sometimes have a picture and it says, do you like what you see in the lock screen? In the lock screen. Yes, I don't actually. I always say no. I always say no, Grapple Pearls, but yeah, every time I use Google Chrome. But do you mean on the lock screen, Grapple Pearls, getting notifications, or in Google Chrome itself? I do get notifications from websites in Google Chrome. I always say no every time I have a something like that pop up, but it seems to work. Or do you have any issues, Grapple Pearls, with the Google Chrome notifications not working or something? Okay, let's check that out. So you're watching the Live Tech Show. So Live Tech Show number 71, and we are Tuesday, April the 4th, 2017. We are in the chat room questions, and this is a show every Tuesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern. That's 1900 hours Universal Time, and always happy to be here. It's really, really cool to have everyone on board. So thanks for everybody that's following me. We're having a nice turnout as usual. So here I'm just checking a few things. So what else do we have here? Oh, on the lock screen. No, I've never. Can you do that? Get the notifications from Chrome on the lock screen? I have to check that out. I didn't know yet you could actually. If I look at the, let me just check here. If I go into my settings and I go into the lock screen stuff, can I, from here, can I Yeah, I don't have the possibility here. It doesn't give me on the list of notifications for the lock screen. So I'm not sure it's possible to do so. If it is, I will check it out for sure, because I think it can be really, really fun. Really, really fun. Okay, maybe the notifications are turned off in the Chrome browser, because if I go in my Chrome browser and I check for notifications, let me check it out. I'm in my Chrome browser. What are the settings for notifications in the Chrome browser? Let's check that out. Advanced settings, privacy, password, web content, network language, download, accessibility, reset settings. That's kind of interesting. You know what? I'm gonna check it out and try to find. There must be a place that talks about your notifications in Chrome somewhere, but that's interesting. What else do we have here? What else do we have here? Well, I can say one thing is that I've been there having only 3 subs. That's how every channel starts. I'm at, 30,000 subs or something now? Well, I just gonna tell you one thing. I got 30,000 subs, and I never annoyed anyone in getting a sub. Never. If you do that, you'll never get subs. You'll actually get just people that hate you. That's all you're gonna get. I got to 30,000 without never asking anyone to sub on another channel. All I did was, do my stuff, and people sub because they like the content. And that's it. That's really the way you do it. Do content, do good content, do it every day, as often as you can. Talk about a subject, something that interests people. And, you'll go from 3 to one day 30,000. That's it. That's pretty much it. It's just that you can't go on like that. You already got to say one thing. Just got to say one thing. We're pretty good-tempered people, because, I just want to say is that the people that are right now, some of the moderators have actually a better fuse than my short fuse that I would have, probably, removed you from the chat before. So, there's great people here. You just got to be careful, and you just do it, Do good content and do it all the time. That's how you get subs. I got 30,000 subs here, and I've got 10,000 subs on my shortwave channel. And it's by doing content, and people just get on your channel and say, hey, this guy's doing good things. Subs are subscribers, by the way. Who asked the question here? What is a sub? Kirk Weber, a sub is a subscriber to my channel. That's a sub. We always say a sub. But it's, all you need to do is, just, do content. Post videos. Find yourself some subjects, some things to do, and post videos. And I can bet you that slowly you'll build your channel. I rarely sub from this channel to another channel. I sub to radio channels from my radio channel, but here I don't really sub much to other channels technically. And I get at least 10 to 20 requests a day of, oh, you want to sub to me? I'm going to sub to you. Well, I don't work with that. I don't work like that. This is like, it's more annoying than anything, basically. That's all I got to say. And, I've... my channels have been here for years. My channels have been here, this Windows channel has been here since 2008, I believe. Wait, let me just think here. We're at Windows 10. 1, 2, 3. This channel has been here since, maybe a little later. Let's say 2011, 2012. I think it's 2012 this channel started. The radio channel I have is 2011. These are 6, 7-year-old channels. And I've been there having 0 subs, and I've been there and remember the first day that I looked and it says, hey, I got 1 sub, I got somebody to subscribe to me, and you start out like that. I remember looking at my AdSense and saying, hey, I made 5 cents today. You start somewhere. You got to start somewhere, and you just gotta. I'm very, very consistent in my output of videos. Here, I output videos every day. The only 2 days that I sometimes don't do anything is like Saturday, Sunday, where I consider it like taking a break a little bit. But even then, sometimes I will on Saturdays and Sundays even post. And same on the radio channel. You got to be consistent, regular, have a subject. You know what? If it's interesting and it's well done, you'll have subscribers. So, hey, Silver Shadow, nice to have you here. And check what you can do. What's your knowledge? It's funny because there's anything can be done on YouTube. For example, I'm receiving these good food boxes recently, and they have meals. And of course, good food is, I think it's the same service in the US. They call it Blue Apron. It's an online service. You check for what you want to eat next week, and you get a box with all the ingredients and these nice, well done, sheets with the instructions on how to cook the food. If I had a little more time, one of the things I was thinking is, hey, I'm getting good food boxes. Maybe it could be cool to just, every time I eat a good food recipe, do a small video and say, hey, today I ate, today I ate it was a hamburger with a cheese, Swiss cheese, and a mushroom sauce with potatoes and salad. And it was really good, So, to give you an idea, anything can be an interesting idea as long as you target, the best idea for YouTube is not to go through a million different things. If you want your channel to grow, keep it on a subject, a specific subject, and slowly build your audience. That's how you'll get people, basically. Really, it's the only way, And all I can say is, good luck. We're not here to be bad with you or anything. We're here to but it's not to help you out. But if it's not by asking to sub that you'll get subs, usually. I've never asked, except for the viewers that come to my channel, I've never sent a request to another channel saying, hey, sub to me, I'll sub to you. I think that's the worst way to do it, actually. So, and I'm at 30,000 here and 10,000 on the other, and, I'm more than 1,000. And look, just to give you an idea, of course, now I've got a little more power with the channels I got, but, my Windows Insider channel is a channel that's barely a year old, and I'm just past the 1,000 subs. Why? Because I've focused on something, the Windows Insider program now, and of course, I'm bigger than a lot of people, but still, my channel, 30,000 subs on YouTube is a small channel. It's still a small channel. Some people have, hundreds of thousands or millions of subs. But still, I was looking at a statistic because, when I did the news bulletin today, they were talking about how that if you want to do YouTube live on mobile devices, you need to have a 1,000 subscriber channel at least. So I was kind of thinking, at first I was like, 1,000 subs, it ain't that much, but it is a lot, actually. Ask my nephew, Gabriel, getting 1,000 subs is something. He's working doing these little videos, and he's like, almost wondering how I got to, the number of subscribers. And so today I started looking at what is considered a popular channel, and I found out that actually the 1,000 subscriber threshold is considered to be you're starting to get popular. And I was like, oh, okay. And I do have some popularity at some point, of course, with the channels, and I see it with the people that interact with me and how people talk. But still, it's something you gotta, build with time, and you gotta, focus on doing it regularly. That's the most important thing. Shab Abbas Sarwari, hello there. Nice to have you here. So, question about Windows notifications icon in taskbar. When I click on it, it does not work. Do you think that you can help for this? Is it just the notification that doesn't work on the bottom right? Or do you also have, because usually if your notifications doesn't work on the bottom right, most of the time what I've seen is on the bottom left, your start menu doesn't work also. Is that type of problem that you're getting? Or it's only the notifications area that doesn't open? That's what... Thank you, Josh K. It's not complicated to build a channel. It's harder and harder to build channels on YouTube. I would probably, if I would have started today, it would be a ton harder than when I started 5 years ago. Monetization also, same thing. It was easier 5 years ago. YouTube, AdSense monetization, all of that is getting harder as we progress. I see a lot of YouTubers that started way back in 2008 or something when YouTube started. And, they were the first. They had it easy in a sense because they were the first to be here. If I had started a YouTube channel with Windows stuff way at the beginning when YouTube started, I might be in the 1 million subscriber club because I was one of the first to do it. A lot of them, including PewDiePie, erase PewDiePie's channel, which is the first channel right now. Erase PewDiePie's channel and ask him as a nobody to start the same thing today. He's going to be lucky if he gets to 50,000 subs in 5 years. It's not the same market. It's not the same thing. YouTube is now really flooded with videos. So, I'm actually even lucky to become to be where I am. What else do we have? How do you become a moderator? Itsy boy, that's confidence. You need to have confidence in somebody. Simply, confidence is built by having people. Yeah. If it doesn't open at all, I would probably say that the best thing that you can do is go into your Windows settings, and in the update you have a so if you go into all settings, you can go, by the way, because I know you can't go from there. But if you right click on your start menu, you have access to settings. Go from there, and it should show up the settings. And in Update and Security, go into the Recovery tab on the left side and reset your PC. There's two ways to reset. You can keep everything or reset the PC and have it start all over. The best, if you can, do it with erasing everything. But if you don't want to lose anything, reset your PC by keeping everything. There's a good chance it's going to fix your your notifications area on the right side, I would say. So, what else do we have here? So there's a lot of app updates. Yeah, there's app updates actually bring some new stuff. By the way, I'm doing my creators update highlights right now, videos, but I'm coming to the apps. I've assembled some really, I've played with the photo app, the movies and TV app, with all of these quite a lot recently to really get an in-depth look at these. So in the next 2 or 3 weeks, you'll see I'll start flooding the channel with how to use photos with Creators Update to do everything, and even go through the different options, and how to erase, how to do whatever, and understand what you're doing with photos, movies and TV, Groove Music, all the core apps that are on Windows 10. That's coming soon. So what do we have here? Does anyone know why some downloaded videos end up in the photo app? Actually, thing is the downloads and one thing you got to know: the photo app can also display videos. The photo app does a scan of different of some of the different folders on your PC. So if it spots something that it can display, it will add it to the photo app. It's like not in the photo app, it's in a folder somewhere, but the photo app will see it and add a link to it. Basically, that's how it works. It's like that saying, it's like saying, oh, I've got my stuff in Word. No, you've got your stuff in Documents folder, but Word gives you a quick link to those documents. So probably what happens, you downloaded stuff, you opened your photo app at some point, and the photo app saw some of the downloads and integrated the links. But they should technically always download pretty much in the same spot normally, like in the downloads folder, for example. Let's see, what's the difference between Windows 10 and 7? Because I want to buy a laptop and don't know which is better. Well, actually, if you're about to buy a new computer, it's your boy, buy it with Windows 10. Don't bother with Windows 7 at all, because first of all, Windows 7 is an old operating system. It's not that it's bad. It is a good operating system. I mean, I don't recommend for somebody that has Windows 7 to go to Windows 10 through your computer. But I do recommend, if you're about to buy a new PC, don't buy it with Windows 7. If you still have a Windows 7 PC in the stores, don't get that. Get the Windows 10 version, because you want to have the latest version of Windows, so that in the future, because that PC you buy today is going to last maybe 5, 6, 7 years. And Windows 7 is going to have end of support in 3 years. So not even 2.5 years now. In 2020, Windows 7 loses its support. So basically, you want to have the latest version. It has all the new stuff, and it's compatible with a lot of stuff. most of the stuff you'll have probably. Yeah, but that's the thing. They want to download, but the Photos app, if you're talking about the Photos folder, it depends on probably how you download it. But if you're talking about the Photo app, it's just a link. The Photo app saw the downloads and added those for some reason. It's all in the way that you did it, basically. So, you know. What else do we have here? What else do we have here? Yep, technically, original equipment manufacturers do not sell Windows 7 anymore. That's true. What else do we have here? What else do we have? Sorry, I'm checking out here. Alex Toll says, a friend asked me about Windows 10, and people ask me why do Windows make a basic Windows for people that do not need all the stuff that come with. You know, it's it's simple. Windows is a operating system that does a lot of stuff, and it's made for business. It's made for everyone. It's made for the user that doesn't do much, all the way to the user that is an expert user that needs to do a lot with his PC. One operating system, and it does everything. It's simply that, you know, and it's, you know, if that's why it's like that. You know, I would not want a Windows operating system that I cannot do certain things. Some other people don't do nothing. You know, the majority of my clients on Windows do nothing on their computer. I mean, you know, when I see somebody with a new computer that's super powerful because they paid like, you know, $1,500, and all they do is go on the internet, check email, and play solitaire. You know, sometimes you feel like saying, you know, do you want to have my Core i5 machine? It's going to do all of that. It's still very good. And I'll probably enjoy much more the powerful and the power behind your PC. You know, it's simply that it's an operating system that does everything for everyone. That's pretty much what it is. So, you know. Yeah, I don't hate Facebook, but I'm not a big. Actually, I'm more and more of a getting annoyed at the people on Facebook. I gotta say that. How do you save your printer driver before the update? Douglas Elliott. You know, the best is I would simply go to the manufacturer website. Douglas, you know, there's I'm sure there's you can get the package download for the driver there and download it. So if it's an HP, you go to hp.com, or if you go to you know, dell.com, they have the package of the driver. Download it from there, and it's going to be okay. If it was installed through Windows Update automatically, if you didn't do anything and your printer just worked, don't worry about it. Once Windows restarts after the creator's update is done, it's going to reinstall the driver. But apart from that, you know, depending on if you have a Canon, go to canon.com and go into the support page. You'll see you can download the package of the driver and keep it, you know, in your files. Keep it as a backup somewhere. And I remember having I would have a USB thumb drive at some point where I had the drivers, all the drivers that I needed to download, I would have them on that USB thumb drive, basically. That's it, you know. So go to the manufacturer and download it directly there. I think it's the best way to save your driver. There's software out there that can actually save your drivers for you, but you know, just check it out, you know. What laptop is in front of me? So in front of me is a Core i3 Toshiba laptop. that is running the insider preview of Windows 10 Pro version. The one running the screen here is a Core i3 also. It's a little older and slower. This one runs the home version of the Windows Insider preview of Windows 10, which is a creator's update. And over there next to the camera that you guys don't see, there's my most powerful PC, which is a Core i5 with Windows 10 Home. And it's running and doing the stream right now with the camera. So, yep, 1500 for playing solitaire. Yeah, that's pretty much the same. It's pretty much the same thing, Mad Radio DXer. $1,500 for solitaire is like playing 1,000 for an iPhone to play Snake. So, you know. Well, think about one thing, Alex. If you think there's too much ads on YouTube, remember just one thing, is that thanks to these ads, somebody like me exists and I'm here. Shahabas Sarawi, if you choose reset your PC, you have two choices. If you choose to keep everything, most of the programs are going to be there and the drivers and everything. If you choose to keep your stuff, so even your programs are still going to be there. It keeps pretty much everything. It just kind of reinstalls or refreshes Windows itself. It shouldn't be too bad if it works well. But you know, make sure that you back up the important stuff just in case. Just in case. Yeah, you can do that. That driver probably works also, Douglas, but it's the best way to keep it, Douglas. What else do we have here? Is it fast? The one I have in front of me is not bad, but it's an old PC. You know, all the PCs, I'm a tech guy. Okay, and the PCs that I got here, most of them, except for the i5, that's a PC that I bought myself. And cost me about $1,000 when I bought it. The other ones, like this one here in front of me, are PCs that were given to me by clients because for some reason either they were broken and they didn't want to have it fixed. They just bought a new computer, so they gave me that one. And I fixed it to have it as a working computer here. Or it worked. It's just like, you know, I've got a 17-inch that I got this week. Toshiba 17-inch with Windows 7. And it works fine. It's just that it's a 6-year-old PC, and the client bought a new one and said, I have nobody to give it to. I'm just going to throw it in the garbage. So do you want it? Well, of course I'm going to take it. Because for me, a PC that is 5 or 6 years old can still do stuff. It can still be used for anything. So it's just another PC in my setup. And if I have too many, well, often what I'll do is, you know, sometimes I'll get to what I regularly do. I say when I get a little too many PCs here, I'll have a client that, you know, is poor, doesn't have a lot of money, and you know, I'll tell them their PC is broken and I can't, you know, it's going to be too expensive to fix. And then they look at me and they say, well, you know, I don't have the money to buy a new one. So what often I'll say is, look, just give me my money for the job that I'm doing, and I'll often give them a PC and say, look, you're not paying for a PC, you're paying for my service to install it for you, have it working, but the computer itself is free. And I always tell them, I gave you the PC. If it doesn't work in 6 months, I'm not responsible. Okay, you didn't pay for it, I didn't sell it to you. And I did that quite regularly. People didn't have a lot of money, and they're happy because, like, oh, cool, so you're going to give me a PC. Yeah, you know, at some point, I mean, you can't have like 1 million PCs at home either. You know, it's like they just stay there and do nothing. So, you know, that's my kind of nice part, you know, where I like to, well, if you're poor, you don't have it, it's kind of, you know, cool. It's kind of cool, you know. And, you know, it's really, really a nice way. What else do we have here? Well, I think it's nice because I mean there are I've as a tech guy, I've seen every category of people in the world. I've seen the poorest of the poor people on welfare, all the way up to rich people that I just go in their house and it's like, have the impression of being on the Titanic with that big, the big stairs and the and everything, I've gone to some places where, we're millionaires. And so I've seen every type of people and it's one of the fun things about being a tech guy, going to see people, is you see every type of people in society. If I have a computer, I can give it away. It's just, I've even done, I've seen people that have like just so I remember going to this woman that had like 3 kids and she was on welfare and everything. And I was looking at her scrambling for like all the change and everything just to give me the money that she owed me to fix the computer. And I was looking at the kids and everything. And at some point when she wanted to pay, I just looked and I said, look, it's okay. Forget it. Your computer's fine now. Just, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. And what I do is I'll tell them, talk about me, tell other people I exist. And, I'll make my money that way. I'll get other clients, So, there's things like that. So, it's part of doing things. So, hey, Jerry, nice to have you on board. Cool. Do you have ads on TV? Well, I don't watch TV much, so I don't have really TV ads, but yes. Do have ads on TV also. If you're talking about the YouTube ads, yes, the YouTube app on my TV does have the ads before that I can or cannot go through. Yes. Ripple Persons, Gilles, we have millionaires aplenty here in the U.S. We need some. Be glad to send you one your way. Actually, I don't want to have the millionaires. I want to have the million. Not the millionaire itself. So Jerry lives with a couple of billionaires, so tell them to look at my channel and give me $1 million donation. And I promise, Jerry, if you do that, I will go and say hi in person. I'll take the plane and everything, no problem. So so there's all sorts of things. Oh yeah, it's always fun, Alex. Every time I show somebody how to, some of my clients don't know, and I show them, hey, you can, plug your laptop on your big screen TV if you want, and they look at it and it's like, oh, this is so cool. You mean I can watch YouTube stuff there, Jerry, you'll ask them? Cool. What do I have here? Doc Kimball says, I can start the laptop on battery. The power light comes on and it sounds like a hard drive spins, but computer won't come on. I must hold the power down to turn off the power light. I must plug in, turn power on, same results. And then hold down power until power light goes out, then quickly hit the power button and it will start normally. Any thoughts? You're giving me the impression that either your power supply has some kind of issue and your battery's drained, or you're giving me the impression that your fan, there might be a problem with your fan. And if the fan doesn't turn, your computer will shut down. It won't want to start. And actually what you're doing is by trying it out many times, At some point, there's a time that you do it and the fan turns correctly, and probably then the PC can start up. So make sure that the fan on your laptop is not cluttered with dust. Use compressed air. Make sure that the fan, it's something that happens regularly. I've got one laptop here that was given to me by a client. Client says, hey, it doesn't start half of the time. And actually, she didn't tell me that, but I can see it because there's a corner of the laptop that is bent slightly. So that means she probably dropped the laptop. And the fan, because the laptop squeezed a little, the fan doesn't turn well all the time. So sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. When the fan turns, it turns on okay. When the fan doesn't turn, PC shuts down immediately. Doesn't want to start. So if you're talking about noise and you're talking about not turning on, your fan, the CPU fan on your PC has a problem. That probably is the most probable thing. Now the good thing, what's nice with that is if you get it fixed, it's a fix that doesn't cost a lot of money. But you have to have someone that is good enough to open the laptop and change the fan there. But I'm pretty sure it must be a fan. I'm almost sure that's what's happening with your laptop, Doc Kimball. And let me know if you get it fixed or you check it out. But I'm not. I wouldn't be surprised. So what else? Pro Gaming DZL, I have a problem. Please help. Actually upgraded from 7 to 10. After that, when the final tip is come with choose your country time, when I click next, my PC restarts over and over. Yeah, you got a glitch there on your Windows 10 upgrade. So you passed from 7 to 10. There's maybe something in your Windows 7 installed that is incompatible with 10 and doesn't work well. The best that you can do from now is go on to another computer, go to the Windows website. You can download the media creation tool and download Windows 10, create a USB thumb drive, and install from scratch with the USB thumb drive on that PC. Probably something is going on with your not going right when you upgrade it, and it's keeping your PC from actually working well. So Ripple Pearls, what do you think about the article this week that said people were getting malware from Skype ads? I don't think it is exactly what's happening. But one of the biggest problems that we've been seeing with ads recently is that when there's these companies that actually aggregate all the ads for all these other companies, and sometimes they get hacked into or infected, and at some point, one of the ad aggregators can push ads that are actually ads that are infected with stuff. I would think, I don't know, I have to check it out more, but I would not, I don't know what to say exactly for sure. For sure. So what else do we have here? Well, actually, you guys are really good because I have a much shorter fuse than that in general. Man, much shorter fuse than that. I can tell you. I think after 3 or 4 posts, I would have just banned him already. So it gives you an idea of how my fuse is very short-tempered. I it's sometimes not necessarily bad. It's just that some people don't have the way to do things. But man, my fuse would be much shorter. You guys have been really patient, I can tell you that. Oh man. So hey, we are going to take a break as we've been here now for an hour and 44 minutes. Hey Bobby, anytime here. Bobby, here goes. Bobby Burgess. You are officially a moderator. Welcome aboard. You're officially a moderator. So, should be working. Should be working. If you don't see your moderator stuff, you just have to refresh, and you'll see it. Oh, my pleasure. There are people, anybody that I regularly see in the chat. It's always good and nice, and I have no problem. Just ask, and I'll be happy to give moderator. The more moderators we have, the better it is, because like that, when some people sometimes cannot make it, it means that we always have at least one or two moderators online. I don't always have the time. Sometimes I'm not at all looking at the chat room, and if some idiot starts posting stuff, it's I don't see it. And so by having several moderators, we can. That's one thing, Itsy Boy. Don't take that bad. Take it as there are limits, and sometimes it's a little sad. So hey, in an hour and 14 minutes, we will have the Windows Insider Hour, and I'm actually thinking that maybe I want to have a beer for the Windows Insider Hour. What do you guys think about that? But for that, I need to go to the grocery store around the corner. So I think I'm going to get myself a beer for the Windows Insider Hour, and hope that you guys can be here. So I'll be here in about an hour, 13 minutes in the Windows Insider channel, and pretty cool. Well, here, Grateful Pearls, you're now moderator. Woohoo! We now have. So yeah, a beer. I have no beer right now. I'm drinking some fruit juice. So so I feel like having a beer tonight. Been a little stressed out. I do need a beer. My short-tempered fuse. Actually, I gotta say that if I drink beer, my fuse is even shorter usually. So welcome aboard, and anybody that I trust, and trust is by seeing you guys all the time. When I see that you guys are good and not a problematic. Oh yeah, shortwave beer. I like that, Jerry. I really would like to have a shortwave beer. I can tell you that. So don't worry, Grateful Pearls. I am sure you will not disappoint. And I'm sending you my postal address tonight if you want to send me a little something. So apparently money order is the way to go for it to work well. And in Canadian dollars if possible. I think it makes it easier. Because anyways, they take such a high fee to exchange the US to Canadian, So thanks everybody for being here. We'll be back next week, of course, as usual, on Tuesday, 3 p.m. Eastern, 1900 UTC. And I'm going to get myself a beer. We'll have the Windows Insider Show in Cool AM. I promise I'm going to do the voiceovers tonight. So before 0400 UT, you should get them. I promise. I'm really sorry. Really sorry. And take care, everybody. Okay, Tim, no problem. I'll give you my postal address. No problem. I'll send you that, and I'll be happy. And well, no, you should get them tonight, Andre. So take care, everyone. We see each other in just over an hour's time. We're going to talk about the Insider program. Everything's happening, the cumulative updates, and we're just going to have another live show. That's going to be fun. And I feel so relaxed today. You know, it's like I feel like the shows can just continue on and on. I want to take a little break here to get the beer, but you know, maybe we'll have an Insider show that's going to be a little longer than an hour. We'll see. So take care, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks so much for everybody that donated. You guys are fantastic. Love you all. Take care and see you in an hour's 10 minutes on the Windows Insider channel. Take care, everyone. And always nice to have you on board. Bye.